This is The Post Up with DJ Tricey Trice. I'm running my mouth on everything hot in sports, news, drama, and whatever is blowing up the timeline. Let's get into it. Welcome back to The Post Up. You already know me, it's DJ Tricey Trice, and I stay posted up right here running my mouth about sports. Today, I'm switching gears, literally. I have someone who is making history at 200 miles per hour, y'all. He is one of NASCAR's rising stars and is bringing flavor and fun to the track. I will admit, this is my first year getting into NASCAR, and I highly suggest that you get into it too. He is young, gifted, and grounded. Post Up crew, give a warm welcome to NASCAR driver Lavar Scott. Welcome to the Post Up, Lavar. It is so good to have you today. I just want to say thank you so much for coming on here and just spreading awareness about a sport that a lot of people don't know about now. A lot of people don't know I'm from Indiana. So I got some IndyCar in me, okay? I've been around some races and been around a lot of the adrenaline kind of things with the sport. So very briefly, can you just tell everybody what you are most known for?
Yeah, I'm most known for being a NASCAR driver, and a race car driver. I've been racing ever since I was 5. I grew up in South Jersey, a bunch of just farmland. So it was all that was close to us was just dirt racing. So to make it a NASCAR was pretty untraditional. But I'm happy to be able to do it and happy to be here.
I love that. And such humble beginnings, you know?
Yeah.
I love that you can start from a place where it's like dirt racing and get up to a professional level. So you're part of that new generation of NASCAR that's bringing like flavor to the game and attracting a whole bunch of new audiences. When did you first realize that you could get from that dirt racing and that small scale of things and actually make it your lane and transition from racing being a hobby into something that's professional?
I would say I always had the dream growing up. Like it was always my goal or my dream to be a NASCAR driver. Like if anybody would ask me what I'm gonna do when I'm an adult, I would say NASCAR driver. And I didn't know the difficulties that would bring until I got older and kind of understood the financial side of things more and the marketing side of things more. So as I got older, the dream was there, but it was kind of like, how are you going to do this, right?
Yeah.
But then I had a really good year in 2019. I won some pretty big races, and the opportunity just kind of arose for me. I got invited to go down to a combine with NASCAR and did really well at the combine. And they invited me to be part of the Rev Racing team in NASCAR Drivers in 2020. And just trying to climb the ladder ever since.
Yeah, and that's the perfect segue because I was going to ask
Yeah.
you about that program. You know, Rev Racing was something that was introduced to me. I didn't know anything about it, but when I looked into it, it was like Drive for Diversity programs and getting more people into the sport who might not have access to or an entry point that's a little bit more apparent. What's your biggest thing and experience that program has taught you about pressure, preparation, or like patience?
Um, I think it gave me a chance to be in those moments every single weekend, right? So obviously, if you're doing every single weekend, then you just kind of start to figure out what works for you and we get you ready for those moments. But I would say really, Rev Racing and NASCAR give you opportunity just to race at a high level and compete and give you a chance to be here and understand the NASCAR world better. I would say when it comes from a mental place and preparation, I've kind of always had a routine and something I've stuck to since I was younger playing sports. I was big into wrestling, and there's nothing like a wrestling match. You know, you got to go compete against a guy for 6 minutes, and it's just you and him. So that's a different type of pressure. But no, I think Rev Racing it was everything for me on the race side of things. Being in NASCAR, learning NASCAR, learning the on-track stuff, the off-track stuff, and just kind of just figure out how to make it work for me and what I like to do to prep. And I still have struggles. Like I still change my preparation. I still think about different things to do to make sure I'm ready. But I'm just trying to be the best, right? But it was really just Rev and NASCAR Driver Diversity just helped with just being there and teach me NASCAR.
Awesome. And I'm gonna go a little bit off script here to just kind of educate the audience and a little bit of myself here. What's the difference between NASCAR and other products that are out there, like maybe a Formula One or
Yeah.
IndyCar? Like, what's the difference in those?
So NASCAR is the highest form racing when it comes to a stock car, like an actual car that's comparable to a road car. Whereas an IndyCar F1, it's open wheel car. The aerodynamics are different. The engines they use are different. The racing's different. Like IndyCar, you have a lot of racing on road courses and some ovals. Where NASCAR, it's mainly oval racing. So it's a huge difference. And if you look at both cars, you could tell the difference. One looks like an actual road car with just a souped up road car, and one looks like an open wheel, big go kart in a way. But they're both very, very tough levels of racing, and I think IndyCar is definitely a high form racing in America, but NASCAR is the pinnacle of motorsports when it comes in the U.S. for sure.
Yeah. I was definitely, I saw that like with the marketing and even like people who have like heard of the different ones. So thanks for clearing that up. The stock car of it all makes total sense. You know, you see a lot of the brands that you would see out on the streets in NASCAR. So that's an awesome application to kind of get people into it as well. You know, like this is an awesome car that you like. We've done some things to stock cars to make it cool and make it exciting. So let's go into like being a black driver in NASCAR. We're just going to hit the elephant in the room right there. Do you ever feel like there's times where you're carrying more than just like your helmet? You know, like there's a thing that's bigger than you that's out there when you're competing.
Yeah, for sure, and not necessarily that people put on me, but it's just stuff that I see and realize, right? Like I know there's a lot of young kids that are trying to get to where I'm at, look like me, and want to achieve things that we all dream of. And I feel like if I don't have the best representation or be the best or show that we can do it on track and show that we can do it off the track and be good at interviews and be marketable, it's going to hurt them coming up, right? Because people just naturally are going to have that kind of stigma of us. So I understand that, and I've always known that, but I've always just been myself, and I feel like that's always just worked with me and been fine. But there's a lot of kids that text me and ask for help with different things, and I do my best to text back on every situation I can and help out. But I haven't dealt with any. I've dealt with a lot of weird racism stuff at like dirt tracks, but when it comes on the NASCAR circuit, everybody's been super respectful and helpful. They want to help, and they want to see us succeed for sure. But just with us, right now being three of us at the top levels of racing, people are going to watch, and then whatever they get from us, they're going to just naturally put it on another group coming up. And that's just how it is. I know that, and I do my best to make sure that everybody's going to be fine in the end.
I love that. You know, just being a professional athlete and saying, hey, I understand that there's a bigger sense of responsibility that has nothing to do with me, but I also want to help, and I don't want to tarnish, because, you know, the opportunities for other people might not be available if 100%. This isn't handled correctly. So 100%. Love that. Let's go through your pre-race ritual. Okay. I ask all professional athletes who come on the show about this because I just want to know how do you get in your zone? So what's blasting in your headphones before the green flag drops?
Well, I would say throughout the day, it definitely switches up. So racing, right? For me, I like to be like calm, smooth, and just hit my marks. So like in the morning, I listen to stuff like to get hyped, like just to wake up, feel the energy, and know what's happening today. But then like before, like an hour before the race starts, I listen to like really slow music, just to kind of just have like a low heart rate, be smooth, be able to be aware of things. Because I feel like the lower my heart rate is, the more I'm just aware of what's going on around me and just calm. So I switched it up. Like in the morning, it'd be some Little Baby. Then afternoon was time to race. It's just some maybe jazz or just something slower. I can just feel
something slower to just kind of get you in that vibe.
Exactly, just understand what's going on. But I've played around with that type of ritual for a while, and sometimes I listen to really like hard music before the race, but I feel like I just overdrive because I'm just like amped up.
Yeah. So, it's like, I'm sure that feels like an energy drink right before you race. Like you don't want to do that.
It does. Like if you play football or something, like you want to be amped up and like run through somebody, right?
Right.
Racing, I'm not trying to wreck my car and drive through somebody, so I like to be calm and smooth and hit my marks. But I think that type of routine, just music to like loud to get in the mood in the morning, and then slow music before I race, it's been really good for me. But I still play around with it, and I've always prayed for my races. I sit in my hauler like probably an hour for my race and just sit by myself and just think about the race, kind of visualize what's going on. what could happen, what does the next 10 laps look like, and let's try to really stay in the moment for sure.
Awesome. And you just kind of, you're going right into the next question for me. Because I just wonder, when you're locked in at crazy speeds, like I don't drive fast. I am slow. I don't care. I'm never in a rush. You know what I mean? Like I've allotted enough time to, like, I just don't enjoy the fast speeds on like the highway and stuff. I live in LA, so you can imagine what I'm experiencing just like on the 101. But when you at those crazy speeds, how do you keep yourself mentally calm and grounded just throughout your life to have to go up and do those like kind of extreme performances?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's something that I've been doing since I was 5 years old, and actually 4 years old has been driving something fast, or whether it's a go kart, a micro, a NASCAR car. So I think I'm just used to it, and like it's like kind of like when you're on the highway and everybody around you is going 75 miles per hour and you're going 75. Like it doesn't feel as fast, right? It's not as
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay.
So it's kind of just amplified on this side of things that we're going 180, 190, but everybody else is going that. So like it's there's time. It depends where you're at. Okay, that's a good. It does depend where you're at, because sometimes it's a really short track where it's like the corners are, you get off a corner and the corner's coming out really fast, so you don't have that much time to think. But like a track like a Daytona or Kansas, like you have time down the straightaway or the backstretch to kind of just think about what's going on, know the move you're going to make. And I think that helps. But on a short track, you just got to have, I think, just being a good rhythm and repetitive. I think that helps, and just doing it often. I think it helps overall. But if it was,
I think we're not accounting for the 10,000 hours. Like you've practiced a lot.
Yeah, exactly. If it was a new driver and just got into it, they would be all over the place, because to them it's so much going on. But we've done it a lot, and I've got the experience that I kind of know what to expect, and can put myself in different positions to kind of be good.
Yeah. So, I mean, adrenaline junkie is not even a thing that's a part of this, because it's like the adrenaline that you get would be probably at a different mark than a regular person who would be maybe driving at 150, 200, or even like a newer driver who's in NASCAR and this is just their first race. Maybe their heart is pounding, but you got to kind of lay it out a little bit better.
100%. A perfect example of that would be like, this was last week, not a few days ago, actually. I was with my friend, and he's bought a new car, and we were on a highway, and I don't like the speed. I hate speed. I hate people go fast, especially if I'm not in control. I hate it. And this car, it's a nice car. So another car was trying to race him. So he probably got up to like maybe 90, 95. But like he said, his heart was pumping. Like he was like shaking a little bit. And to me, I'm like, we didn't go nowhere. Like, what are you talking about?
This is like the 40 mile per hour to me.
Like, I didn't feel anything. And he's like, his heart's actually racing. And so I think it is just a difference. And you got to just be used to it. And once you're used to it, I think it's fine.
Okay, cool. I think it's a superpower to even have it. I'm with you. Like if somebody's going 90, I'm like, dude, pull over. I'm getting out. Like I'm an Uber home. I don't want to do this.
Especially if I'm not driving, I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah, passenger seat is way crazier for sure. Let's go to the next question. Let's say you're building your dream pit crew, okay? But it has to be made up from athletes of other sports.
Okay.
Who are you choosing to change your tires and help you navigate?
This is easy. LeBron James, Conor McGregor, Jalen Hurts. That's 3. I need 2 more. Maybe Curry, Steph Curry. I don't know the last one. I don't know. I do Barkley. Saquon Barkley.
Okay, cool.
The reason why I do McGregor and LeBron, because I feel like McGregor has the mindset that he has to be the best and nobody can beat him, and simple as that. So I feel like his work ethic will just build the team up. LeBron is just LeBron. He's the best. Like there's no LeBron's LeBron.
I love this. Yep, absolutely.
Jalen has a good mindset. He's never too high, never too low. So that's good.
Yep.
And yeah, that's really it right there.
Cool. I love all those picks. I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm a Raiders fan, so I won't comment.
It's probably
tough year for us right now. Okay, so if NASCAR gave you full creative control for a race weekend, I'm talking about music, uniforms, vibe, city, what would a Lavar Scott Grand Prix look like?
we'd have Drake and Party Next Door out there, some Little Baby. We have all the music you can think of, rap, hip hop, and R&B. That's probably it right there. So not all the music, just those three categories.
Yep.
I don't know. I would make it more like a F1. I like the way F1 does races. Like I feel like there's always some big name superstars there, and it's just a cool vibe. Like there's a lot of like exclusive place to go to, and I feel like people with that status like that. So I would definitely involve some of that in there. And maybe a fan race, some cars that are like really cheap and not as fast, and they get the experience being on the track, so they're more entertained.
Yeah.
But I would have to think about that question more. But that would be the start. Like I would make it more like just a fun experience rather than just watching the racing. The more like a fun weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I went to Purdue and we have a Grand Prix every year where like all student organizations build up cars and we just race them, and they actually built us a pretty nice track. We used to do it on like a dirt track for a while, and I just recently went back and they got a full track with concession stands and stuff.
Wow.
So the fan experience with it is totally lit with that. And we battle our rival school,
Yep.
Indiana University. So we have like different Grand Prix on the weekend, but it's just like cars that students made.
Yeah. And that changes everything. The fans having fun, that changes the vibe of the whole weekend. So I think I would do more to amplify that. And with that, I think good music is a start.
Awesome. And you know what? You just went into that, and I loved your music picks because you said you wanted like hype music, but also like something a little softer. So Drake, Party Next Door seems like the perfect, like you could go either way. They both make like really hype songs, but also like some songs that can kind of chill you out a little bit.
Exactly.
So I love that.
I had to work out this morning, and that's all I listened to was Drake and Party this morning.
So it sounds like you have plans to get some of those hip hop fans and fans of other sports over to NASCAR. Is that a strategy that you have, or is just like the vibe that you give off and some of those fans come over?
I wouldn't even say a strategy. I'm just really just listen to what I want to listen to and be myself, right? And I think people resonate with that and understand that. And obviously, I think I do want to show that NASCAR is cool and it's welcoming to everyone, because people don't really think that or know that. But I think just be myself and listening to music that I listen to, other people listen to that music just naturally like that, and it's just like a genuine connection. I think over time, as I go through the bigger series and get to travel more, race more, and different cities that a lot more people are in, like the major markets, I think I am going to find a way just to have a big fan group or section for all the people that support in that way out there for sure.
I got to find a way to get out there too. I got to see it. You'll be my first person I'm a NASCAR fan of. I'm gonna get some stuff to put on the wall as well. We got to really make it cool. All right, two final questions for you. So every athlete's got that signature flex. So after a big win, what's something that you do, or something that you do? Is it on the track or off the track? Like, how do you celebrate?
I love going to dinner with my family. I love going to Texas Roadhouse with my family. I love that. So I would say after every big win, like I just want to go to a nice dinner with the people that I truly enjoy being with and that support me. Because it's always just a great vibe. This is a great time having good food and with good people around you. I don't think there's a better feeling than that for me personally, because I love food. So that's always what I'm going to do and what I do now. I pray and thank the Lord for everything. That's about it. Other than that, go back to regular life and just get back to work.
Man, you are a man of the people. I love that. Shouts out to Texas Roadhouse, okay? Because a lot of us are from smaller cities. That's one of the tightest places, that I'm from. I would meet my family at Texas Roadhouse and hang out with them.
That is the best place you can go. Texas is, you can't beat Texas. You cannot. It's the best. I couldn't tell how many times I probably had Texas Roadhouse this past 2 months. Truly.
Good food available everywhere. Yes. All right, final question for you, Lavar. Fast forward 5 years. What is your dream headline? Like, where do you want your name to be in the racing world and beyond?
A champion. I think in 5 years, I want to accomplish being a truck champion. Could be an Xfinity champion by then. A winner. I truly and I cannot emphasize it enough. I really want to dominate, in everything I do in life, and especially NASCAR and sports. I want to be the person to dominate at it. That's just how I am. That's my work ethic. So I want to be a champion in trucks, champion in Xfinity, win a bunch of races, and see what it takes me. And obviously, my ultimate goal is to be a Cup Series champion, but that takes time. I'm still 22, and I know that. I'm very real myself, so that's not going to happen in 5 years. But within due time, if I stay at it and keep working hard, it can happen.
I love that for you, and we hope that for you too. This is our first time meeting, but now my people got your information of your people, and I want to get out to a race. If I could get an interview to like clip this from when we first spoke to have me out there, I want some merch. I want a hat. I want to be a fan of you. So can you tell the people where they can find you and when your season starts?
Yeah, so the season's going to start back up in Daytona in February. I think it's February 13th, 14th, and 15th. And then it's Daytona 500 weekend, so it's a huge weekend in Florida. It's one of the best times you could be there for sure. And yeah, my socials are pretty simple. I just keep it Lavar Scott on everything. Instagram's Lavar.Scott, Facebook's Lavar Scott, Twitter's Lavar Scott, TikTok L.Scott_34. So I keep it simple.
Keep it simple. All right. Lavar, thank you so much for joining the show. I hope to have you on soon. Again, we'll be looking out for the beginning of your new season. And I have to, of course, show the fans. So fans, keep it locked right here on the Post Up, because when Lavar has that debut, I'm going to do a special episode. Thanks so much. And I hope you have a great rest of your week, man.
Thank you so much for everything, truly.
All right, that's a wrap on the Post Up. I ran my mouth, said what I said, and now it's your turn. Drop a comment, share it, and come back tomorrow, because I'm not done talking. And make sure you follow me on social media at DJ Tricey Trice. That's at DJ TRICEY TRICE. I'll be posted up here, y'all.